Welcome to Vlogtober Collaboween.
Hey Team Michael Martin folks, OkayNate here, and today we're talking about scary movies! This is exactly what happens in a scary movie. Anyway, one of the earliest scary movies I remember is The Exorcist. Now I watched this when I was very young, and it was one of the first movies to do a flash cut of a terrifying face out of nowhere that just stayed with you. Nowadays you have websites on the internet that are obviously influenced by this. You probably pranked your friends into going to a couple of them. But back then, the finesse at which they did these cuts just pierced right to my core. And it hit me so hard that I could only sleep during the day for a couple of weeks. And when I think about it, I still do that sometimes. Anyway, here's Michael's top picks for the scariest movies ever. Oh, why? Why? I might not be watching any of them because, as you can see, the damage is already done. Ah! Come on! Really? Enjoy.
Okay, Nate, thank you for that. Hey, welcome to the first of my Halloween-themed
Vlogtober Collaboween videos.
Now some of you guys might know that I've loved Halloween and horror movies since I was a kid. And I've been making my own horror movies since forever. Oh no. And since watching scary movies is such a huge part of Halloween for me, I wanted to share my picks for the scariest movie ever. These are the 3 movies that scare me most as an adult, because no matter how old you get, you kind of like the crap out of you scared. Words. Number 3, The Descent. Now this 2005 British horror film was such a modest success in America that when I went to go see it in a theater, I had no idea what it was about. So for the first 30 minutes I was like, oh, this is such an awesome suspense movie about 6 women going into a cave, and then this dude bounces in. I actually saw this movie in a mostly empty theater with my friend, and near the end of the movie there's this incredibly quiet, dread-filled scene, and you're just sitting there, and you're gonna vomit. And then I heard this sound
Right beside me.
Want to know what that sound was? My friend, a grown man, whimpering. Number 2, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Nah, not this. This. Not to sound like an old man or anything, but cinematic public safety tip, the original is always better. I first saw Texas Chainsaw when I was in high school, and it was a VHS copy from a video store, which were these things that used to exist, and I watched it in the middle of the day on a tiny TV, and I was like, eh. Then I went to film school, and I saw a 35mm print on Halloween night, on the big screen,
And oh my god.
I'll put it this way, when the movie started, every seat in the theater was filled, and when the lights came up at the end of the movie, half of those people had left. 'Cause terror. So if possible, watch this movie with the lights off on a big screen with the volume turned up, and you might be thinking that my pick for scariest movie ever will be The Exorcist or Halloween, but the thing is, number 1. I first saw The Thing a couple years ago, and I can say, in all honesty, it is far and away the most scared I have ever been in a movie. It's the story of the crew of this Antarctic outpost
Getting overrun by a shape-shifting alien parasite.
and nobody is happy after that. Nobody ever in time. Thanks for watching. Happy Vlogtober. Since watching scary movies is such a huge part of Halloween for me, I wanted to scare my picks. Halloween for me, I wanted to scare my picks. Ugh.